Hello, beautiful friends. So, last night, I was able to start sort of coming down from the energy. That's my diffuser. The energy that was kind of pervasive in me over this weekend. It's gonna be a better place to put this thing. Okay. I was with the women in my chakra class, and God, I'm so fucking tired looking. Okay. All right. Okay. No. Okay. My hair is all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna stop criticizing myself. All right. So yesterday it was funny. We were doing this meditation in chakra class, and I had to keep bringing my mind back because my mind would just go off. I am so tired looking. Stop criticizing yourself. Okay. This makes for riveting viewership watching right now. Me just kind of, I'm having all these like very twitchy, anxious feelings again. Last night I was actually able to like bring my, we were doing this meditation and I kept bringing my thoughts back because they kept leaving. They kept going wherever they wanted to go. And I had to keep calling my attention back to my body. We were doing a grounding meditation. And just paying attention to the things in our body. And I was able to physically feel this energy go whoop. Every time I brought it back to my body. I brought my focus and concentration like back to my body. I was like, okay. Like it was this gradual lessening of this frenetic energy that I've been dealing with for the past week or so. Yeah, so but this morning I'm back at the twitchiness, having all these thoughts about how I came across to people, how I come across to people, what people thought of me, and it's not like, it sounds like I care what people think of me, and quite clearly I do. But it's not just like what people think about me. It's like, what did they think when I did this? Or what did they think when I did that? And just these like memories explode in my brain and cause my body to do all kinds of crazy shit and vocalizations, right? And I build things up in my head to be something they're not. And then it freaks me out. And it just gets me very keyed up. I get very anxious. And a million different things, a million different thoughts and feelings. And just stuff like believing in myself and focusing on like comparison, where I am, where they are, and judging it with feelings of worthiness, not because I judge that. I judge people by these criteria, but I feel like other people judge by criteria, by these criteria. You know, like just as far as like why wouldn't you? I don't know. I just, the more I want people to think of me a certain way, the less likely that is to actually happen. Because the more neurotic I get. Oh. I just want to be the happy, confident person that I was. And I mean, granted, like, I was never like, I mean, I've always had like generalized anxiety. Yeah, I just poked myself in the eye for no particular reason. I've always had generalized anxiety. Sorry. I want to go. See, like right there, that was a thing. I say I want to go home a lot. It's not like I'm not home, you know, but it's something I've said since I was a kid. Just this like feeling of like, I want to go home. And maybe that means like I want to let go of the crap that I hold on to and go to God, right? I'm just running through interactions in my head and just judging and judging and judging. But I don't feel like it's me judging. I feel like it's me judging me on criteria that I think they're judging on. Not that they're judging, but like how they feel about me and where I am in life, and then me making it just, it's a melange of mayhem in my head right now. I don't want it to be that way. I just want to be available to be the person that I am. I just want to be kind and loving and compassionate. I want to be available. I want to be open, and I want to be, what's the word? See, like every fucking thing, like every word, every word I say in front of certain people, I'm like, oh, stupid. Or like, oh, that wasn't appropriate. Or like, you know, that person didn't want to be around me. You know, it's just all these interpretations of their reactions and their things that I have no idea. I actually have no idea. I have none, and then no way of knowing. Even if I were to guess correctly at what they're thinking and feeling, I have no way of knowing that I am correct. So, I just want to be free to be myself. What's the word? I'm not just even, not free, not just unencumbered, able. I just feel like there are these blockages that keep me from being 100% me. The person that I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, and they just come up and they come up and they come up. But that's good, because that gives me, as they come up, they're things to heal, right? Like, they're fresh though, man. They're fresh. Like most of the time I torture myself with things that happened in the past. Like the distancer past. But like right now, things that I did or said over the past week keep coming back. Psh, psh, psh. These fucking like explosions in my head of these thoughts. Ugh, I hate being this neurotic. It's so uncomfortable. Like, why can't I just be like comfortable? Why can't I just be like, fuck it? Ugh. I'm so keyed up. And the thing is that makes it, it's like acting, right? Like you go on stage, if you're keyed up and nervous about being on stage, you look, like if you're worried about looking stupid, you look stupid, you know? It's just, you inhabit it, and that's what happens. It's only like, if you're going on stage, it's only, you have to give into it, right? You have to just like, okay, I'm on stage, like, doesn't matter what I'm about to fucking do, I have to be into it, or it's gonna look really stupid. And that's how it is in life too, you know? Oh God, but seriously, like I just, like these thoughts just like it is, it's like an explosion and my entire body reacts to it. And then I judge that. Because it's like, wow, you're being really neurotic. Stop it. Oh. You know, and like I was, like this past week, I was so keyed up. So fucking keyed up. And people were coming up to me, like it was bizarre. People would come up to me and be like, people, by who I mean like the people that I was at the event helping out, you know what I mean? The people who were running it or also helping out would come up to me and just be like, calm down. Take a deep breath. You're awesome. And it's like, I didn't even realize. I mean, like, I had no clue. I'm like, why are you saying that? But clearly there's something to it, right? Clearly I was caught up. And then like I do all this work back here on myself, but I go somewhere else and I lose it all. You know what I mean? Like I just, not that I lose it all, but I do. I mean, it's the whole thing. Like I know I said this already, but like in past videos, but it's like the whole thing. You teach a dog like something in one environment, and then you have to go and you have to teach them that it is true in all environments. And that's like what happened this weekend. So it's a good learning experience this week. I mean, it's a good learning experience, right? It's a good learning experience to know that I have to to know that I have to, I get so distracted when things pop up on my phone, like these notifications from different apps. I just don't want to see them. So I'm closing my eyes. So I just want to be comfortable and stop judging myself for being uncomfortable. But I mean, like I get this environment I was in, awesome people, fantastic fucking people, like the best. But and I'm just not one of them. You know, and it's like it's pretty clear to me. And it's not, it really isn't like a teenager, you're like, I don't belong, no one understands me. It's like there's no space for me here. There's no space for me to be myself, because this is like, myself is not something that meshes here. You know what I mean? Like if I was, there's no actual opportunity to be who I am, really, in a way, because the discussions that are going on around me, there's just no place for me to insert myself. There's no place for me. It's like my friend Robin said to me last night. She's like, it's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It's just not gonna go. I'm like, I know. I know it is. You know, and it's not judging myself based on that. Like I belong places. There are places that I love that I belong with people that I love. You know what I mean? It's just this particular place. It's very awkward for me. And because I feel so, I get defensive, and not in the sense of like defensive angry, because I rarely go towards anger, but defensive in the sense of like, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like I end up spiraling, right? I end up with all this energy going all over the place and not knowing where it should go. And then I get, I just get anxious and I get neurotic. And it takes a while for me to come down from that. And I was coming down, and then I got all fucking keyed up this morning too. I'm also having yet another issue with my housemate. And it's just, I'm grateful for the learning opportunity. I'm learning to put up shields, like energetic shields, so that it's boundaries, right? Which is something I've never really done before. Like, I've never had protection, emotional protection against the forces that be outside of me. You know, they're free to come in and just do whatever they do, blow over me, and just have the effect that they have. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired because, like, honestly, I'm a nice person. I'm a good person. I am compassionate and I am patient. And I know that. And I know that I go way beyond what most people would do as far as compassion and patience. And the reason I know that is because people tell me. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, wow. You know, but you can only receive so much emotional abuse when you've done nothing wrong, because the other person is having their own issues. Like, it's really, like, I don't need to be told what I'm thinking. I don't need to be told what I'm feeling. I don't need to be told, fuck you. I don't need that. You know, and it's like a barrage, and I'm learning to put up the shields, right? That's what I got to do. That's what I am doing. That's something I got to work on. I am working on. Robin's going to help me with it. But so that's a good opportunity. And the other thing with all this, like, the exploding thoughts that, like, these happen to me anyway, like, but they're usually duller because they've happened a while ago, and the fewer in between. But right now it's just like over the week and up until like this morning, things that I've done and said, or intentions that I've had, or like, I just keep I keep thinking I know how the person is thinking about me, which isn't true. Like, I don't know this stuff at all. But in my brain, I know it. My friend's like, no, I know what this happened, and I'm reacting to it in a way like it's real, but it's not real. And I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of thinking shit up and then thinking that it's real. Making shit up and then acting, behaving, reacting as though it's actually real, because I don't know. And a lot of times I find out later that it's completely wrong, you know? So it does not do me any good to get caught up in these things. So I was just listening to Michael Singer. I got angry this morning. And then, like, again, like, it's not like I don't act from an angry place usually, you know, I'm able to breathe through it And like the anger, I feel like it's not that I'm suppressing it, but it's not something I express. It's something I try to release. But like I wanted to rip her fucking head off this morning. Like I really did. But I tried to listen with compassion. I listened as much as I could with compassion to her spewing vitriol at me. But so with these thoughts, like I was listening to Michael Singer, and one of the things that the part that I jumped in on was talking about was not paying attention to the thoughts, not trying to make them go away, but learning to lean away from them, which I'm still not really sure what that means. Apparently the energy is in front of us and we just have to lean away. Excuse me, energetically. Ugh. I just took a essential oil pill that had like clary sage and rosemary and thyme in it. And whenever you do something like that and then you get like something that repeats on you, it's like weird. Oh. So really the message to me was let the thoughts come and the reactions happen, but pay attention to something else. Like don't pay attention to them. Don't listen to the thoughts. Don't listen to them. Allow them to be there, but don't listen to them. Because they will rule your life. They will rule my life. And you get these feelings like you need to do something to make the external situation match how you think it would. It has to be for you to feel better, right? And that's never going to work. So I've at least gotten to the point where that's not even like an option for me. So good. It's not like because like honestly, a couple of years ago, I'd be contacting people and trying to make things better that aren't necessarily bad. You know what I mean? Like it's just whatever I would do would make it worse. Whatever the situation is, it would make it worse. So it's good that I am hands-offing, because anything I would do would make it just. So, but then I'm left thinking like, oh God, this is how that is, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just give these thoughts too much power. So that was one of the things. What was the other thing Michael Singer was telling me today? They were both very, very apropos. That was a big one. Don't listen. What's the other one? Energy. Don't focus on your energy going when you are absorbed in these thoughts and these feelings. Your energy is going down. It's focusing on the lower part of your being. Say me. Speak for myself, me, but it is a general thing that happens. And what we want is our energy to go up, right? And the way we have our energy go up is one. Letting go of our samskaras. 2, ignoring, not paying attention to the voices in your head telling you things that. And when I say voices, guys, I don't actually mean voices. It's not like I hear voices. The voices in my head, I'm referring to different thoughts that I have that come from different parts of my brain. Ooh, that was a weird thought. Ooh, I don't like that thought either. You know what I mean? They seem to come from different places, so they're different voices. So that's what I mean when I say that. So not to give power to these voices, and to relax and release once, like, generalized anxiety sucks. It really does, because all of a sudden when you give into it a little bit, it all comes up, which is, you know, a place to let it heal. But like, it's also very scary because anxiety is just fear, and I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of it. I don't want to be scared anymore. So yeah, I just so we want to focus on getting our energy to go up. And one of the things he was saying is like a technique, something you can do is like focus your consciousness and your third eye, like in between your eyes, right? And this is your sixth chakra, and you want your energy flowing up into your higher chakras. So that's something I'm gonna work on. I'm also working on getting a mantra in there, because I'd rather be repeating the mantra in my head than paying attention to these thoughts. It gives me something else to pay attention to, right? So really what I'm kind of, my mantra right now is like peace and love. Peace and love in, peace and love out, with the breath, right? Peace and love in, peace and love out. Why do I do the things I do? When I'm in a situation where I don't know what to do, I always seem to pick the worst thing and go with that. And sometimes it's because like it's the only thing I can think of. Like, what would be the worst thing I could do in this situation? That's the only thing I can think of to do right now. So that's what I'll do. It's just ridiculous. But that's not exactly what's happening in my brain right now. But peace and love in, peace and love out. Right? And this is stuff I can come back to during the day when these thoughts come up. And I just feel, when I think about certain people in my life right now, I just feel so much less than. And I mean, yeah, it's a judgment that let's be upfront about this. I'm judging myself. It's not that person doing it. It's me judging myself. And maybe they're judging me too. I don't know. But what I do know is the more I judge myself, the stupider I look. The stupider things I do, the stupider things I say. You know, I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm all over the place, especially with this one person. And I'm like all over the place with them. And I see everything, you know, through these glasses. You know, I see any reaction this person has through these glasses that of my judgment, and interpreting what they do and what they say to be like, oh, that's because, you know, like that's because they don't want to speak to me. You know, like that's because they, you know, I said this and now they want to get up, like go. They don't want to talk to me. That sort of thing, you know, and it's like, it makes me want to jump off a fucking bridge. That's not really good to say, but sometimes, you know, sometimes it does just seem easier. Not that I would do it, but sometimes it is like, it would be just so much easier if I didn't have to deal with all of this shit. You know, like, and it's not even depression. It's just being tossed around by your thoughts and by your feelings. I mean, it's bad enough when I'm by myself, and I spend a lot of time by myself, right? Like it's apparently now when I go out and interact with people on a social level, it's intense, and I don't want to have to deal with this, but I have to. So what I'm going to do, how I'm going to deal with that is to stop paying attention to the thoughts I'm having, like, oh, they want to go because I just said this, and they don't want to talk to me, or they're regretting being nice to me, or like they think that I think this or that, and they're trying to avoid me, and they just don't want to talk to me because of how dumb I am. And it's intense, guys. It's intense. But I know other people out there feel the same. I've got the generalized anxiety thing is not the most fun thing in the world. I do think, though, the amount of stress that I've been under has made my hair fall out. Like, to a degree that... Oh, well. Okay. So what I'm doing to address these things, because that thought right there is not an option. Even though sometimes it feels like a relief. Not that I would ever do it. But like, sometimes it just seems easier if I just stopped everything, And I'm not in any way, shape, or form suicidal. It's just suicidal ideation, right? It's just thoughts where you're just like, oh, it would be so much easier if I didn't have to deal with this. And it's just intense when it gets this intense. But this is a good thing, because I'm learning new skills. I'm learning new coping skills. And I'm learning, and I'm continuing to do it rather than giving up on it. I'm continuing to do it because of you guys out there, right? I'm doing it so that anybody out there that feels similarly can find their own way. This is my way. And it's just a matter of finding your own way. So the plan is, every time these thoughts come up, just be as mindful and aware as possible, right? And continuously be aware that my body keeps tensing up. Like, I think about, I don't know, I get obsessed, right? With a person, with an idea, with whatever. And it doesn't have to be like obsessed in a romantic way or anything like that. I get stuck on one thing. And sometimes it's a person, and right now it's a person. And it's like, what if they were to watch this? Like, I just feel they would think even less of me. But I don't know that person thinks that way. Like, I don't have it. They're a good, kind person. They really are. Like, unbelievable, above and beyond. It's just, I guess it's a matter of wanting to, not just be liked. This one particular person's opinion means a lot to me. And I keep judging myself in the way that I think that maybe he's judging me. They I'm just gonna keep it they, right? Okay, I just let the cat out of the bag. It's a guy. But it's not a guy like a guy. It's like the person happens to be male. And I just really admire the person, and I'm grateful that the world has this person. I think a lot of them. And it's the idea that I've somehow I don't know, somehow been inappropriate or crossed some sort of unspoken. I just, whatever the case may be, I think you guys know what I'm getting at, right? Like, somehow done something that makes the person, we all know he's a guy now, okay, so that makes him it's not dislike me, but just kind of be like, ugh. You know? And when you're talking to someone like that, you are interpreting everything they're saying and doing in that sense, right? And I feel like I look very weak. This person is like incredibly successful, and it's not, honestly, like, I know a lot of incredibly successful people. I do. And their opinion matters to me, but it's different. Because I don't know. It's just a different person than the other people that I know that are really successful. And I guess it's just that his opinion means more to me. You know? I don't know. And I feel like I look pathetic or trite or uncomfortable. I mean, I know that I look uncomfortable a lot of the times. Right? And the feeling someone gets, even if it's a like, oh, I want to take care of you, I want to help you feeling, it's not an equal feeling. You know, it's not a like, hey, we're peers. It's not the feeling you get when you see someone kind of freaking out. And like, I just, if people over the week were coming up to me and telling me to like take a deep breath when I didn't even know I was freaking out, what do I look like when I know I'm freaking out? Like, how fucking awkward is it? I wish I could come out of my body and see it. Like, and listen to all these neurotic things that are coming out of my head, right? Like, listen to all of this. I'm in a spiral. And horrified at the idea the guy would ever, like, not that I think that he's going to watch this, but if he did, he'd probably know I'm talking about him. And I would look pathetic. And me saying that makes me look even more pathetic. You know, like all these judgments. All these judgments. And I live in my head too much. And that's why I'm working on being more mindful, okay? Enough about the feelings, you guys get it, right? Like, there's this energy, there's this tightness that's swirling around here. I can feel it in my shoulders and even right here. I can feel it like in my throat, in my heart. I can feel this energy that makes me want to get up and run screaming into the night. Not really screaming because I'm tired and I don't really have that kind of energy. Maybe run crying into the night because crying is just, you know, my default. The key is not to listen to these thoughts because they are not helping. They're not useful. There's nothing that these thoughts can do for me. There's nothing these thoughts can do for me. None of them are useful or constructive. One of the things Michael Singer, I was just listening to him, one of the things he says is like, you don't try to stop having the thoughts that are bothering you. You know what I mean? Or thoughts, because these thoughts come up because you're trying to balance. You're trying to figure out how to make it better. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Clary sage and rosemary and thyme. Blah. Sage, rosemary, and thyme. Not that I'm a good singer, but we all know that song, right? I just need the parsley in there. So one of the things he was saying was, you know, just don't listen, you know, and thank them, thank the thoughts, like, thank you, I know you're trying to help, I know you're trying to help, you're not helping. You're making it worse. Not tell them that, because their feelings will get hurt, my thoughts' feelings will get hurt. But it's 1 o'clock. I've gotten nothing done. And I was supposed to do this thing over the weekend, and I just took a week off and didn't do anything. And then there are some things that I need to get done that are urgent that I haven't even. I'm judging myself very much right now for being this way. Like, I'm really harshly judging myself right now. And it's because, I mean, like, yeah, sometimes I judge myself for this stuff, but the intensity of it is coming from the idea that this person would see this and judge me. They're not ever going to see this. They're not. And they're a kind person, so I'm so stuck in my head right now. So thank you, thoughts, for coming in. I appreciate you're trying to help me. No thank you, and I move on. Right, that's what I'm working on. Relax and release, becoming more aware of when things start, as Michael Singer says, when things start to get weird in there. Like, the minute I sense that they're weird, to focus somewhere else, right? Because if you go with it, if you let it go for even 1 second, you're fucking gone. And this is, I mean, I'm realizing the truth of this. I'm so angry at myself right now. That was just like a burst of anger. Like, why can't you just be over this shit? Why can't you just be fucking over this shit? Get rid of it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, all this shit that I'm talking right now, there's so not a point to it. There's no, I'm torturing myself for no reason. I'm suffering for no reason. There's no reason for this to be happening. It's all in my head. Like, seriously. I don't want my life to be this way. I want my life to be the way I want my life to be. I want my life to be free. I want to be free to be who I am, and free to, like, not have these constraints, and free to help others, which is what I hope I'm doing right now, because if not, like, why the fuck am I doing this, right? So the swirling vortex of my anxiety, I'm able to calm it down, and then I have a thought and it's back up like that, right? So, but the answer there is just to keep calming it down. Not calming it down. You can't calm it down, and you can't calm anxiety because that is not its nature. Anxiety's nature is to be anxious. The thing I have to calm is myself. And by myself, I'm talking about my consciousness. And the way that one does that is by recognizing that one is not one's thoughts or feelings, but we are observing. Okay, guys, here we go. I think we're hitting upon it right now. We're observing. I'm observing all of this. This stuff is swirling and swirling and swirling around me, or through me, or in front of me, wherever it is. And I can just notice it, observe it. Like all these swirling, I can, that's what I gotta do. That's the way, that's the path, right? That's the path out of this. That's the path out of this. I am not my thoughts and my feelings. I do not have to be lost in them. I keep thinking that I'm doing well at this. And then I'm like, wait, no. I'm lost in my thoughts and feelings again. Oh God, it just feels so, okay. I'm just gonna notice that feeling was judging myself because I want to be in a different place in my life. And I feel like I should be in a different place in my life, because let's be honest, I should. There's just so many thoughts, recurring thoughts. But it's okay, because I'm just going to notice them. I'm noticing the thoughts, I'm noticing the feelings. I'm not getting caught up in them. And I can sort of enjoy them in a way, because they're part of the human experience, right? They're part of the neurotic person's human experience. I just want to be better, guys. This is tiring. I just want to be better. Not that there's a place that I'm going to reach where everything's okay and I don't have to constantly improve. But I just want to be constantly improving in a life where I am capable of taking care of myself. And like, it's so horrifying. I'm not going to get caught up in that. It feels so horrifying and so shameful that I am where I am in life. And it's hard, because when I feel that way, and I feel like that all the time, it's just I'm paying attention to it sometimes, and sometimes I'm not. But that's the feeling that had me down, right? That's part of the big, just shame, right? Shame for not being a functioning adult. Anger. I feel anger towards myself as well. And then just to be sitting here complaining about it. I should be doing work. I really just kind of want to bash my head up against this windowsill and just bash it and bash it and bash it. Yeah, it's bad right now, huh? Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to notice that. Just going to notice that. I am feeling a higher level of anxiety than I normally do, which, you know, my baseline of anxiety is pretty high already. But yeah, the thoughts about, I don't want anybody to comment or text about like, oh, hey, you know, suicidal things. I'm not that. But, and the ideation just, it grows leaps and bounds. And all these judgments that I'm hearing in my head about me and about every single thing I'm saying right now. I'm just feeling, and I'm observing. I'm observing the thoughts and observing the feelings, and I'm fucking tired, guys. I'm tired. But it's good. This is a good learning experience. I now know what happens in the environment I was just in, and what to not necessarily expect, but when things come up, I can say, oh, I know this. I know that this is what happens here, and here's what I can do about it, or like, I don't have to pay attention to it. It's the awareness, right? It's the awareness that's key. So becoming aware, observing your thoughts and emotions, not getting lost in the thoughts and emotions, taking a deep breath and relaxing your body as you're feeling and observing these thoughts and emotions. Thank you, but no thanks. And continuously bringing my thoughts back to the present moment, back to peace and love in, out, peace and love out, right? Peace and love in, peace and love out. If I have to do a mantra, I'll do a mantra, because otherwise they just get spinning. Okay. But yeah, it's interesting to note that the intensity has ramped up quite a bit from my everyday intensity. And the way I know that is the frequency of these thoughts that explode and my reaction to them. And also the frequency of the, like, wishing I could just stop it all. Right? That's all I'm going to say, because I'm tired. And I think I'm just going to start repeating myself, and I need to go do work. And I have to deal with my housemate. Again. Again. I just went through like 2 months of this with her, and I don't want to, whatever. It gives me a chance to like not deal with her craziness and deal with my own craziness. That's what I want, guys. I want to get rid of this shit, and I want to just go out and help people. And this stuff keeps me from doing that. I keep myself from doing that. So I'm going to continue to work on it. And I'm going to get better at it as I recognize triggers and intensity and the beginnings of the weirdness. And I can be grateful for all of it, because it's all learning experience, right? It's all learning, growth opportunity. It's all growth opportunity. And I can be grateful for each and every bit of it. The housemate thing, that's going to teach me boundaries and shields, like emotional shields. This obsession I'm having with this person is going to teach me how to get down from obsession, because that's a thing with me. Right? So, okay. So that's teaching me how to come back to the present, how to be mindful. So the thoughts, the emotions, the obsession that takes me away from myself continuously. Ooh, get that energy off my face, right? Oh, God. So much of it is on my face. But to continuously, my skin is not the way it was when I was 26. But it will teach me, it is teaching me how to be present, because in order to stop being obsessed by something, you have to be present. It's the only way to do it, I think. Or it seems to me that's the best way for me to do it. So I'm going to go practice these things and make myself some soup, because I'm not feeling well. And I bought a bunch of stuff so I could make myself some soup, some not chicken soup for immune system support. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm grateful for these opportunities. As they seem difficult and they seem like a challenge, it is a good thing that they are a challenge, and I am grateful, because each and every challenge forces me to evolve spiritually and emotionally. And there's that judgment about not being at the spiritual and emotional level that the people that I want to be at. But you know what? Whatever it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And hopefully this is getting people out there something. Because otherwise this shit is meaningless. Otherwise I am just suffering for absolutely no reason. I gotta get someone to cut these videos down because they're way too long. Anyway, grateful for these situations, grateful for the opportunities to grow and learn. And focus on the things that I need to focus on. So, I am going to sign off and remind you all that you can always choose to have a grateful day.